Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday night to you, and welcome to coverage on the LSRTV network as we prepare. This is the opening round of the playoffs for the Northwest ARCA series. It's presented by Tom Dengel Automotive Group. We are ready to go on a Friday night here on your home for sim racing. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is my buddy Samuel Dyer. Samuel's got I just got done from announcing a radio broadcast for football, so please mind the long sleeve shirt. It's kind of fall weather here in the Carolinas, which actually feels pretty damn good. But anyhow, Samuel, we got a great race here tonight. We're road course racing at Indianapolis. Should be a good time here for the drivers of the Northwest ARCA Racing Series.
Yeah, it's the start of the playoffs, and we're going to be here at Indy for the first 2 weeks of this 4-race round. As each round to our championship 4 is going to be 4 races for the first round, 4 races for the second, and then we go and race for our final one race to see who will take the championship. But road course racing at Indianapolis, been talking to all the playoff drivers, and it seems like everyone has come to the same conclusion. They don't know how this track's going to go. They are all quite nervous about this one. This is the one track that I've been hearing a lot of drivers saying that they are not sure if they feel confident about this race. They feel a lot more comfortable about Atlanta or even the Indianapolis oval course, but the road course, something that some of these drivers have actually never touched until this practice session and qualifying and getting ready for this race. Not a lot of practice has gone into this one, but still, we're excited to watch these guys tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And again, he's Samuel Dyer. I am Wesley Outland. And yeah, we're just kind of directing traffic over here. He's here, I'm there, you're there. And, of course, running the boards, as always, is our buddy Charles Wooten in the LSRTV Rocket Media production truck in Wichita Falls, Texas. All right, your picks are in. Samuel Dyer, who you going with? We know Charles is going with Jeff Stabnow, always. Northwest Cup, Truck, ARCA, Ride or Die. He's got Jeff Stabnow from Billings, Montana. But who are you riding with, Samuel Dyer, for tonight?
I'm going to be going with the most dominant driver in the ARCA series just based off the stats, Ryan Bloom, who has actually won 2 out of the 3, actually 4 road courses that have been ran so far this season. But I was I made this choice before I talked to Ryan. I talked to Ryan and he was saying he's actually never touched this course. So this is kind of a wild card pick, even though he's been the most consistent driver, the only driver in the series to have over 10 top 5s and over 10 top 10s. So Mr. Consistent, we'll see if we can get it done here at the road course.
All right, his pick is Ryan Bloom, and my pick is... Listen, so there's a joke behind this text right here. Literally, Charles, our producer, he messages us for the Northwest Cup and Truck Series as normal and asks me, who's your pick? Who's your guy who you're riding with? And literally, I'm in setup production for the football radio broadcast tonight. And he's literally texting me, who you got? Who you got? I'm just like, nobody. I don't know this series. So I have changed my mind, and my pick is going to be Clifford, Toby Ritters. So Toby Ritters, can you fix that real quick, Charles? Can you fix that to make it officially public? Number 23. He's not that good. He just said he's not that good in my headset. What is the countdown? Oh, countdown to qualify. Oh, we have a new countdown clock here. Do you see that? The countdown to green. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to move my fingers. Right is left, left is right. The countdown to green is 2.5 minutes, not countdown to qualifying. Drivers meeting qualifying is ongoing right now. But yes, Samuel, my pick will not be I don't know. I don't know this series, which I really don't. It's going to be Toby Ritters. So I'm picking Clifford to finally win here on the road course at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Should be a good time. Should be a fun race. Should be a quick race, Samuel, because this is kind of like a small developmental series, if you will, to make it up to the Northwest Cup and Truck Series.
Yeah, this is the experience these drivers are getting with the ARCA series, and it's been known as the development series to help these drivers get better. So when they're running in the cups and the truck series, they have that experience of the track, a little bit more track time, and honestly, it's been helping a lot of these drivers this season. This is the first time the ARCA series has been initiated for the Northwest iRacing series, so it's been giving these drivers a ton of experience. Been seeing a lot of them doing well, like that of Kevin Smith and Dennis Moore. They've been doing fabulous for themselves. But not all the drivers that have been, champions or have ran full time for the cups and trucks, they can only come in bits and pieces here throughout the ARCA series. So primarily a lot of the drivers that are racing here tonight, they've been in the ARCA series all season long. It's time for them, though, to have their playoffs to see who's going to be the best of season 1 of the ARCA series.
Sit down, strap in, and hold on. We're going road course racing at the world's greatest road course race course in America, the Speedway. When we come back, Race On Texas 411, sawblade.com, weather conditions, and the Team 126 starting lineup from Indy. Stay with us.
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in indoor series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars, and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone, and the Nürburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iRacing.com.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland on the set of the Bull Ring on Speed 51 TV, but I also want to remind everybody that you can keep up with coverage of esports with the Northwest Cup and Truck Series, the American iRacing League, S&B Cup Series, and so much more on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. Of course, remember, you can watch it, and then you can listen to it on CRN, the Community Radio Network, at wearecrn.com. Check us out when you can.
Welcome back to coverage from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. Samuel Dyer, Wesley Outland here with you. And we are about to go for the Team 126 Racing starting lineup. And then we'll look at the race analysis and the sawblade.com weather conditions. Ryan Bloom, your pick. Samuel, he's on the pole. Robert Gamble to the outside in car number 54, row 1. Row 2, Sean Brightsman, my pick. Toby Ritters in 23, row 2. Row 3, Carl Burke will find 53. Dennis Moore to the outside in 44. Row number 4 will find the Catman, James Vining, along with Stephen Hollison on the grid. There's your touch.
Is row 5 going to be that of Ray Fournier, as well as Tyler King in the 21? Going to be for that row number 5. Row 6 going to be that of Kevin Smith, Troy Daggett, and going to be that of Scott Hutchinson and Jeff Stabnow. Some of the last drivers. I believe the last one going to be finishing out with that of Judd Wakefield and Aaron Cooper for row number 18. with that of Frank Harris finishing out the rest of the starting grid. Wesley, a little update for some of the drivers. It looks like Stephen Paulson, Scott Hutchinson, and Jeff Stabnow on pit road. They missed the grid, so we've only got 13 drivers going to be starting when we go green.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. So, there is the lineup at your Race on Texas 411 very quickly. There you go. 40-lap race on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. Lights are off on the pace car, presented by RaceOnTexas.com. Take a look at the bottom right and the sawblade.com weather conditions real quickly. Temperature 69 degrees, wind speed at 3, track temp at 95 miles an hour. This is a road course here at the Indianapolis. All right. All right, so we're ready for the start. The field is pacing. Ryan Bloom, Robert Gamble on the front row here at the road course at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They'll work their way back up on top of the front straightaway, except in the opposite direction, as right now they're in the short chute of the racetrack. Samuel, this should be a good one, bud.
It certainly should be, as drivers 40 laps, road course ruling. There is a random comp caution that we're expecting to see if at some point possibly here. As pace cars off, we're getting ready to go.
Indianapolis, the yard of bricks, road course style. We're underway. The Northwest iRacing ARCA Series. And ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. First turn, give it to Bloom. Here are cars coming off the pit lane now, if you will, Samuel.
Yeah, those are the drivers and already around. Going to be Carl Burke. Early issues for the 53, but will stay green, as you have to really clog up the racing surface with at least 4 or 5 drivers around if you're going to be bringing out full course yellow. So the 53 continues racing on. But yeah, we had that of Stephen Paulson, Jeff Stabnow, as well as Scott Hutchinson, that all came out of pit road there. They didn't get to start out while everyone else was taking off. They're going to be a couple of seconds delayed. But up front, we're seeing that of Kevin Smith trying to get up to that of Vining, who is doing a great job for the 333.
My pick right now, Toby Ritters. He's in that number 2 position, Vining third. Look at the Catman in a good spot on the racetrack as well. As Robert Gamble is leading the way. Toby Ritters in the big dog, 23 entry. He's in second. That's Chevrolet Impala. Third is Vining. Fourth is Smith. Fifth is Moore. So they work their way back around start finish. Look at this new side-by-side camera we have, as well as you ride on board with Toby Ritters and you look at the broadcast screen camera of Toby Ritters. Coming down the front straightaway, 1 lap in here at Indianapolis.
1 lap in, and right now seeing a lot of drivers shuffling through, but Toby Ritters, what a great job for himself, currently in second place and continuing on with a great run for himself. Are going to be seeing that Robert Gamble leading the way by almost 2.5 seconds. Road course racing, all about being smooth, consistent, and making sure you stay on track. And we've seen a couple of drivers already go off course. Right now, for Toby Ritters, great run for himself. Also looking back at Dennis Moore from the Beaver State Racing Team. We've seen Dennis Moore run so well in the Cups and Trucks, and it all came from really all the experience that he was grabbing from this ARCA series. And that's what we're going to be seeing here tonight. Our drivers just trying to get more information, so when they get to those Cup and Truck races later on next week, that they have the experience, they feel a lot more comfortable, they can attack these courses.
Got your points on the screen to the right, if you will. There's the championship points going in to tonight's race. This is the round of 8. Top 8 transfer from the round of 12. 4 drivers already in the cutoff, as you can tell. And this is the round of 12, yes. Who will advance to the round of 8? This is the opening round.
And those points were what the points were looking like coming into this race. We won't be getting live updates of how it's going, but just a little bit of a picture coming into the first race of the playoffs. Ryan Bloom on top, Dennis Moore second, and Kevin Smith in third. That last time around, Robert Gamble putting down the fastest lap, but really it's this battle that's going on from that of third on back. I mean, second on back to around fourth and fifth. They're keeping it close with one another.
13 turns here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. We'll kind of lay of the land, if you will, for all of the folks that are watching here in just a moment. We'll give you a layout of what this racetrack is all about. By the way, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is this, listen to this. This is the equivalent, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway infield holds the road course, yes. But did you know, Samuel, that the Indianapolis Motor Speedway infield could hold 2 Indianapolis zoos, the Indiana State House Capitol, Victory Field, 2 Lucas Oil Stadiums, 2 Bankers Life Fieldhouses, and the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. As big as the 2.5-mile Indianapolis Motor Speedway is, you could fit all of those into that big racetrack infield. Amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, just imagine if you were able to stack all that on top of one another, how large that would be. But it still would all fit within. And, you know, even the road course, the road course is only working with about 3/4 of what the actual infield is. So there's still a large section that, yes, these drivers are running around, but they're still not touching. It's side-by-side racing going on. These drivers all attacking this course. And this is some of the battling that's going on for 9th place in front. Carl Burke recovering well. And oh no, there goes that of Troy Daggett.
Uh-oh, number 51, Troy Daggett. Off the pace. Chevrolet. He's all jacked up on Mountain Dew and lost it in the corner.
Too much of the dew.
Oh, number 50 in trouble, Judd Wakefield. Last we were told, Wakefield had a broken arm, a broken hand. And he's still handicapped.
And the fact that he's still racing with that handicap is incredible, especially at a road course where you have to constantly be thinking of lefts and rights. It is a lot of turning, and if you get yourself in trouble, you got to swing that steering wheel around, and if you're not careful, you can hurt yourself again. So it's impressive that Judd is still out here, one of our playoff drivers, still trying to put on the best show that he can. And I think right now, for that 50 team, got to be worrying about just getting consistent points, as Toby Ritter's going to be under fire as he's got Ryan Bloom on his back bumper.
The 14 turn here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course as they work their way back around and just getting things started. 14 turns is right now. Gamble is leading. Smith is in second. It's Kevin Smith. There you see this battle for third and fourth between Toby Ritters and Ryan Bloom. Hey, Samuel, there's our picks.
Yeah, I mean, they're running right now, third and fourth, keeping themselves in the top 5. I got to say, our picks, we usually pick them to where they're running in the top 5. It's always a toss-up, though, on which one's going to get the win.
Look at this camera angle right here. This is from the back end of Ritter's car. Coming at you is Ryan Bloom. Boy, oh boy. This is the POV cam.
They will get by the terrifying chicane and rumble strips.
By the way, understanding the Week 13 update that was done on iRacing, they have installed the sound of the real rumble strips, or the turtles, if you will. And when they hit those rumble strips, you can actually hear them for real, Samuel.
Yeah, and also another big update from this Week 13 that came in from iRacing was working on the road course tire model, trying to give drivers a little bit more grip for some of the cars. Felt like the realism of just there not being enough grip with iRacing machines. iRacing put a patch in, came in, and honestly, I've been seeing a lot of drivers loving the new road course package and the fact that drivers feel like they've got a lot more grip. They can really attack these corners a lot better. And right now, we're seeing some drivers as being successful right now. Robert Gamble being one of them, and as well Kevin Smith in second. But it's allowing us to have these great battles that we're seeing right now of the 3 drivers from 3rd back to 5th of Toby Ritters, Ryan Bloom, and Dennis Moore.
Battle for 6 on the racetrack there that is Carl Burke. He spun earlier in the race. You're trying to get around that 26, Ray Fournier. Ray Fournier's car on the racetrack. Good to see the 46 is Sean Brightsman. And look at the DuPont colors. That is, I don't know what the hell kind of rap job you call that. That is black and white. He is officially the old school TV screen back in the 60s.
He's going with the colorblind rainbow scheme, okay? That's what he's going for.
He's the colorblind rainbow. I love it. Jeff Stabnow from Billings, Montana, the DuPont colors. The Rainbow Warrior. That's the. Well, I was going to say interracial, but I can't say that.
No.
Well, it's black and white. So I mean, come on. It's like to me, it's an old black and white TV color car. If you ask me.
It's a middle black with a gradient to white and to the edges.
I don't know what the hell he was thinking coming up with a rap job like that, man. This is like a segment of the song "Take on Me" by AHA. Remember that song?
No, I don't.
Take on me.
Oh,
you ever get a chance? Go on
I
YouTube.
know the title.
Yes, and it's in black and white. Remember, it's in black and white.
Yeah.
There you go. Put that car in the music video.
Fit right on in.
Hey, Samuel. Charles, leave us alone. It's Friday night, damn it. Friday night. Technically, it's still Friday. Yeah, it's Saturday morning now. We have an alibi. It's Saturday morning. It's after midnight. We're going to let it all hang out.
Well, it's Saturday morning
after
for
midnight,
you
we're going to let it all hang out, literally, on the East Coast. Yeah.
I still got about,
sorry. You're 3 hours behind schedule. Damn, daylight
but we're in the
savings time.
Northwest. No, serious. We are in the West Coast time zone. It is 9:02 right now. We still got 3 hours until Saturday.
It is 12:02 Saturday night, and the mood is right. Gonna head on over to the Twisted Shop. There's Toby Ritters. He's in 3rd spot.
It's like he's going somewhere. He's going somewhere strong. Yeah, we fell off.
Yep, Robert Gamble, Kevin Smith, Toby Ritters, Ryan Bloom, Dennis Moore. There's your top 5. There is the, You ever heard of Black and Yellow? Black and yellow. Go Steelers, baby. Steelers football starts this Sunday. Well, everybody's football starts this Sunday. And Charles don't like football. He don't like that. He don't like that football. He don't like that football there now. How about them Cowboys, Charles? Got beat by the Buccaneers. Barely. I will just say barely. They barely beat them. There you go. Somebody brings up the damn goat. Tom Brady's the goat. Yeah, Tom Brady.
Man.
We got action everywhere.
That's what road course racing can give us. I mean, it's a smaller field than what we were expecting to see. Only 17 drivers on track, but hey, still giving us great racing action as we've seen Stephen Paulson back in 13th place.
This is the Northwest ARCA series, though I find it funny that a lot of the Northwest Cup and Truck guys are running in the ARCA race.
Well, it's it's more of like the drivers that you see, in the cups and the trucks, and like it's no dig at them. It's just the drivers that are usually in the middle to back of the pack. This gives them that time to really get better and get that track experience. That's what this ARCA series gives you. It's the development series to give these drivers a lot more of experience. And also it's for all the drivers that really haven't won at all in either the cup or the trucks to get that experience. And that's why the ARCA series is here to help each and every one of these drivers, which, based on how the success of a lot of these ARCA series have been doing in the cups and trucks, I mean, it has been showing. The ARCA series has been helping these guys each and every week, as you're seeing that of Dennis Moore trying to get aggressive on Toby Ritter's back bumper.
Lap number 11 of 40 here. Next time by at Indianapolis. Here at the road course, Robert Campbell still leading. Kevin Smith in second, Ryan Bloom third. Toby Ritter's falling back now to fourth. To fifth is Dennis Moore.
You got Carl Burke as well as, just saw on the ticker, we have a new leader, looks like. Kevin Smith going to be taking the lead over Robert Gamble, and now trying to just pull away. Got up to the 54, and now it's we're starting to see drivers, a little bit of tire wear now starting to kick in. We saw that the track temp was around 96 when the race started. During practice, it was 107 degrees. So we've been seeing the real track evolving through practice to the race. And with a little bit of a cooler course, it means that these drivers felt like they had a little bit more grip, which they could have been overusing their tires. Heard from some of the drivers before the race, felt like the fuel window was around 30 to 35 laps, so it was a caution that came out. Drivers might just have to come in, top off with fuel, and maybe change a set of tires to try to figure out how to gain some time on track. As currently watching the battle for 12th place, Paulson and Aaron Cooper battling it out.
Lap 11 of 40 this time by. There's that 71 machine of Bug Eyes Aaron Cooper. Got him a good run going here right now for him in the top 15. He's 13th on the racetrack. So we are 1/4 of the way through. Let's give you your full-field rundown here now. Kevin Smith is leading in the Tom Denchel Automotive Entry 00. Robert Gamble is in second. Behind him right there from the blimp view high above. By the way, aerial coverage, as always, is presented by All American Pools, and we especially mention All American on this officially in the East Coast 20th remembrance of 9/11. I don't call it an anniversary. Anniversary special things, good things. This is a remembrance of what happened to our country. Kevin Smith leads, Robert Campbell second. Ryan Bloom is third. There he is. And Toby Ritter's my pick, along with Samuels is right there at third and fourth. Fifth is Dennis Moore. Sixth is Carl Burke. Where is Carl Burke? There he is, coming around the corner. He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes. Sean Brightsman right behind him, along with black and white Jeff Stabnow. There he is, coming around the corner. And Ray Fournier, the top half of the field here in the early going at Indianapolis.
And then after Ray, you have that for Frank Harris in the 11, up 7 positions from where he started for the 11 team, with Troy Daggett in 11th place, up 1 position for the 51. And then bad down 4 from where he qualified. Stephen Paulson in 12th, with Aaron Cooper up 3 in 13th position. And everyone's been losing positions back here. Scott Hutchinson in 14th, 15th, down 8 positions. It's the Catman 333, James Vining, who went off course in the first 2 laps of the race, lost all of the ground that he had, back to 15th. Final 2 spots going to be Judd Wakefield, down 1, and down 7 going to be Tyler King in the 21. Oh,
Ryan
Jeff Stabno, I thought we
Bloom.
just saw.
Yeah. Oh, it was Stab now. Oh my goodness. I want to go interview him and see if he'll crash. Every time I try to talk to him, it crashes.
Oh, I
Like, hey
don't
Jeff, how's
think
things
that-
going in Quebec corner? Hey, a new instant replay logo. Look at that.
Oh, he just lost it.
Hey, yeah, that's Quebec corner all over again in Canada.
Just a little bit too much speed in that corner. Try to slow down, and the rear end just said, nope, we're going around with you.
13 of 40 laps. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. Saw Blade top 5, top left. There they are. Oh, we don't have it anymore. Well, something he's got to work on amongst everything else he's been working on. A lot of cool things. We'll take a quick break for a word from our sponsors. Something goes wrong, we'll break in. LSRTV coverage of the Northwest ARCA series.
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in indoor series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone and the Nürburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iRacing.com.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland on the set of the Bull Ring on Speed 51 TV, but I also want to remind everybody that you can keep up with coverage of esports with the Northwest Cup and Truck Series, the American iRacing League, S&B Cup Series, and so much more on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. Of course, remember, you can watch it, and then you can listen to it on CRN, the community radio network at wearecrn.com. Check us out when you can.
Welcome back. There it is. Yes, I got my music back. Yeah. Haha, my jam. A little 10-second jam. Coverage continues from the road course at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Friday night, ARCA. The Northwest ARCA iRacing Series. This is the playoffs. Round 1 in the round of 12. And right now, Samuel Dyer, it is all Kevin Smith right there. Tom Denchel Automotive Group, Hermiston, 00. Leading the way, his Chevrolet.
Yeah, Kevin Smith, two-time winner this season in the regular season. 8 top 5s, 11 top 10s. Trying to get a road course win under the 00s banner. And one of the drivers that's up the most positions, up 10 spots, most out of everyone else. Also want to let everyone know, the drivers that are in the playoffs are the ones that are in blue on the ticker. But yeah, no, Kevin Smith, what a run for himself. Able to get by Robert Gamble just a couple of laps ago. As here's our playoff picture of the drivers' numbers. This was before we went green, as we'll give you another update of what the points look like next week when we are back here at Indianapolis, but for the oval circuit instead of the road course circuit.
By the time we get done doing ARCA Cup and Truck for the next 3 nights in the next 72, 96 hours, me and you're going to be tired of Indianapolis. Just saying. I'm just being blunt. We got Indianapolis tonight. We got Indianapolis Monday, Indianapolis Wednesday, Indianapolis next Friday on the big speedway. Yep.
I mean, it just gives you a flashback, right, of Daytona and then being at Daytona Road Course for the start of the NASCAR season. As up front, seeing our top 5, it's Kevin Smith, Robert Gamble, Ryan Bloom, Dennis Moore, and Toby Ritter is going to be our top 5. And I touched on the fact that Ryan Bloom has been Mr. Consistent and dominating each and every race. Well, he's won 5 races this season. Dennis Moore, the 44, one of the drivers that's coming into the playoffs and just trying to run as consistent as possible for himself. And for that of Dennis Moore, I mean, he is coming in second in the points, 3 wins, 6 top 5s, 10 top 10s. 44 team currently in 4th place, up 2 positions from where he qualified. As we're inching closer and closer to halfway, drivers going to be starting to think of if there's going to be a caution. I know for all the other road courses that we've ran so far this season, there was a comp caution somewhere in the middle of the race. It was unknown for us, the commentators, and for the drivers. So now it's up to the field to really cross their fingers and hope if the caution does come out. If it comes out right now, drivers are good fuel-wise to make this a one-stop because they had about a 30 to 35 lap fuel cell for this race. But if the race stays green, that lap 30 to 35 is going to be the window where drivers, we're going to be starting to think about trickling into that pit road. Right now, it is all Kevin Smith, Robert Gamble, Ryan Bloom, Dennis Moore, and Toby Ritter's your top 5.
Sean Brightsman is in 6th. Carl Burke is 7th. Ray Fournier is 8th. Jeff Stabnow 9th. And, of course, Frank Harris in the top 10. As there is Toby Ritters working his way in the 5th position. That cherry red, if you will. Cherry red. That Budweiser. Big dog. Number 23. Doing good, leading the way. It's kind of like a chroma key, if you will, a chroma key red, if you will, Samuel. Sharp looking car. I like it.
Oh, absolutely. I know a lot of drivers, they've been trying to lean towards their chroma key. And for the 23 Toby Ritters, making it real sharp. And it's also making it sharper each and every detail that comes in on LSRTV. We're all in 4K. And honestly, it has been a blast to watch how we've been just getting better and better visually each week. And big credit to that of Charles Wooten up in the booth for getting the graphics to where they're at now. And you can just see every detail, even inside the cars, in the gloss of the sun beaming off of this chroma keyed scheme that Toby Ritters is running.
And by the way, just so you know, LSRTV, your home for sim racing, is the only iRacing broadcast simulator broadcasting in 4K Ultra HD. Nobody else can even compare. Closing in on halfway in 3 more laps. Kevin Smith, the man leading the way. Gamble in 2nd. There is Ritters. He fell back to 5th. There's the 00. There is Kevin Smith. Good, strong run for his car. We await the competition caution at any moment. You got to think, Samuel, it's going to fly before halfway. You think it's going to be before lap 20. So,
I mean, there's a chance. I know on all the other ones, it was anywhere. I mean, those races were 35 laps to 40 laps, and they would have the window anywhere from lap 10 to lap 25 past halfway. So it's potential that it could go past halfway, but I know a lot of these drivers, they know that they can go to at least 30 to 35 laps in fuel, and I think that is after the window that they were planning on putting down for the competition caution, so the drivers should be good to make it if there is a comp caution.
Lap 18 of 40. Now working 18 completed here. Kevin Smith back around the racetrack. Robert Gamble is there. Bloom, top 3. Kevin Smith has a 5-second lead, close to 5.5 seconds, and there's the man in second. There you see him. Aha! 7 seconds back to Ryan Bloom. And that's the way they are around the racetrack right now.
I got to message most of the drivers that made the playoffs, and Ryan Bloom was one of those drivers. I asked all the drivers similar questions of, how do they feel about making the playoffs, and how do they feel about tonight's race? And a lot of the drivers were concerned, but everyone was saying they just felt like it was an accomplishment to make the playoffs itself. But for that of Ryan Bloom, goal, make it to the Final Four. That is his goal, and to win the championship, that would complete his whole entire season. And for this 25 team, it looks very possible for himself to do that. And what was interesting being talked around was, for Ryan Bloom, he felt like these first 2 weeks could be a weakness for himself. Felt like his strong suit was going to be coming in once they get to Iowa, which would be race 3 of this first round. As yellow flags out, comp caution has been waived on lap 19.
Caution out just before halfway. We had a feeling it was coming. We'll wait here in a second, as we're going to wait and see if these cars come to the pits. See if these drivers will come to the pit lane. Obviously, Samuel, it's a smart narrative. They're going to pit. Everybody's going to pit.
Yeah, everyone is having to come into the pit road, and a lot of the talking points I was hearing was some drivers were saying, hey, would we think about just going with fuel only if the comp caution came out later? But because it's at halfway, I think everyone has to come in pit road, get at least fuel, and I would imagine for sure tires, as drivers were anywhere from 2 to 4. Some of them were even 6 seconds off of their best lap time, just showing a little bit of inconsistency of road course racing that comes as well as the tire wear that was kicking in.
Well, there you are as we get ready to bring you back inside the broadcast booth, as we always do, just before halfway or just around halfway of this event with the Northwest iRacing ARCA Series. And, of course, it's all part of the Northwest Racing Series. Go on Facebook for information as we await to see these drivers coming down to the pit lane. We'll see as they work their way onto the pit lane right now. We'll cover those pit stops here in just a moment as we'll get ready to bring you back up here inside the broadcast booth. But first, here comes Kevin Smith, Robert Gamble, everybody. You want to be honest? Here comes everybody jumping in the pool, ready to dive in onto the pit lane for service. Here they come, Samuel, on pit lane.
Yeah, and honestly, the first 7 are all together. 8th on back are still about 30-40 seconds back from the leader. So for our front 7, they can gain a lot of positions on each other based on what strategies they want to make here. Some drivers might think about going with a 4-tire strategy. Others might think about just fuel only. The risk is there, but we'll see who wants to try anything dangerous. As Smith into pit road cleanly. You also don't want to slide through your pit stall. That is going to cost you a lot of time and maybe multiple positions.
And you got to remember, this is the playoffs. You do not want to make mistakes in the playoffs. A mistake here can be costly. As there you just see 46, Sean Brightsman, believe it or not, he overshot his pit box. Had to back up just a smidge as here comes Kevin Smith, Robert Gamble, Ryan Bloom, side by side off the pit lane for Toby Ritters, along with Dennis Moore. What a race off pit road that was. As we are 20 down and 20 laps to go. Welcome back inside our broadcast position here on LSRTV. I am Wesley Outland, joined alongside is Samuel Dyer. And Samuel, your take of the race so far, as it has been a fairly clean race, if you will. Just been checking telemetry, timing, and scoring. And right now, it is all Kevin Smith looking for another win on the Northwest ARCA Series.
Yeah, I think right now for me, I think all questions have to be around Robert Gamble. He did a great job in the first 6 laps to pull away, get himself over a 2-second lead, but then he got ran down, caught by Kevin Smith. And I think that was mainly because of the fact that Smith was saving his tires a little bit better than Robert Gamble. So we'll see how well Gamble can attack that, as well as Ryan Bloom. He's shown that he's got fast, just qualifying pace. Now it's time to see if Ryan Bloom has the tires and the patience to really save those tires and to attack to try to go for a win here tonight at the Indianapolis road course, because all the drivers that have been up in the top 6, they are all playoff drivers. If you win, welcome to the next round. I mean, what a way to lock yourself in.
It certainly is, and we've seen Kevin Smith be really, really strong. Obviously, Robert Gamble has showed signs of hanging in there, lying in the weeds, if you will. He's still about 5-6 seconds back. Obviously, with these cycle of pit stops, it's going to change up the scoring lineup here. And you got to wonder, Samuel, and we've always seen this in these road course races, when they get ready to go back to green, normally everybody is a lot aggressive on the restart, and we're going to probably see some bumping, banging, gouging, and moving out of the way for a lot of these top contenders here as we approach 19 laps to go.
Yeah, this is going to be your last shot to really be the closest you can be. Once we got close to that competition caution, drivers were 2 to some of them were even 11 seconds difference from one another. So here early on in this restart, you have to gain as many positions as possible, but also make sure you don't go off course, because you can gain a lot of positions early on, but you also can lose a lot by going off course and making a mistake.
Robert Gamble ready to run down Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, Robert Gamble, Ryan Bloom, Toby Ritters, and Dennis Moore, your top 5. A quick break from our word at Tom Denchel Automotive Group, and we'll come back for the second half of the race here at the road course at Indianapolis. Stay with us on LSR TV.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
Welcome back to coverage. Pace car is in. We are ready for the restart. Here comes the field ready with Robert Gamble and now Kevin Smith on the outside. Green flag back in the air. 18 to go at Indianapolis as they go to speed down the speedway here at the world's greatest road course, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, down into turn number 4, which is actually turn number 1 and 2, through the S's of the race course here. And quickly, once again, Samuel, it is Kevin Smith back out up front.
It's Smith out front. Ryan Bloom got a great jump, moving up from 3rd up to 2nd. But right now, the hard battling for 4th place. Carl Burke, who we saw spin out in the first lap of this race, lost over 6 positions. Now getting by Clifford, that of Toby Ritters, trying to move up to 4th position, has done it cleanly. Now it's Toby Ritters. How can he retaliate here and try to move himself forward once again?
Watching him work his way back around the racetrack as they close in up on the back of the racetrack. This 14-turn course here. Ritters trying to get up under Carl Burke, if you will, for that 4th position. Ritters is in 5th. And pretty much, Samuel, a very comfortable race. This has been a very smooth race. No problems, no issues. And, you know, I'm surprised on this restart. I thought there'd be some bumping, banging calamity, but everybody is, for the most part, played nice. We've had a couple of spins. We had an incident where the 24 of Jeff Stabnow went off the racetrack. And then I think of maybe a time or two when we saw, you know, Judd Wakefield have some problems on the racetrack. But other than that, it's been fairly clean.
Yeah, and that's just a product of drivers understanding, hey, we're all in the same boat. We all don't feel very comfortable about this course. We're racing the track, not really each other. So everyone giving plenty of space and room so they don't make any mistakes or issues. It's actually some of the non-playoff drivers like Sean Breisman that I've been watching that has been seeming aggressive, wanting to attack this course. And, you know, that's the two different mentalities that are coming in. I mean, these drivers have to worry about those that are in blue. They're in the playoffs. If you have a slip up at the start of the race, it is going to be detrimental on how the rest of the playoffs is going to go for yourself, because you're constantly trying to dig yourself out of a hole with the small field that we're going to be having, we're expected to see for most of the playoffs. If you make one major mistake, have one bad race, it is almost impossible to get out of it and move on to the next round without having a win or finishing in the top 3 every single race from here on out.
Oh, we got problems. Jeff Stabnow, understanding possibly might be out of the race as he is still in the pits. 17 to go. So our first retiree of the race is Jeff Stabnow. He is on the pit lane. He's not officially called himself out yet. But right now, one car out of the race here. Jeff Stabnow, Samuel, he can't get no damn brake luck even in the ARCA series. I mean, what in the world?
Well, it started off even before the race even started. Stabnow, I was hearing that he had some computer issues that were going on. He just barely was able to make it just to race. He missed the grid, but was able to at least race. So got a couple of laps in, could take that experience in for, you know, the cups and the truck. Take that knowledge for himself of any just track experience helps when you're at a road course. But yeah, this is not the exit that I don't think the 24 wanted to have. And road course racing, once again, strikes the 24 team.
And I believe we do have Jeff Stabnow in the broadcast booth with us. Jeff, this is Wesley. You got a copy?
Hey, Wesley, I got you.
What in the world, man? What's going on with you? You can't even get no break in an ARCA race. I just said,
oh,
come on.
I was thinking of all these cool stories while I'm waiting, but the truth of the matter is I had to go find a porta potty. I'm not racing for the playoffs here, so we weren't doing their suit.
Oh, my goodness. Man. Hey, so
Jeff, I was... oh, man.
Oh, wow. I was... So, you know, you guys know I've been working on getting this new rig built, and then the other one broke before I could get it built. So it's in a state of half built while I wait for the rest of the parts anyways. And so the pedals are extremely uncomfortable right now, and I've been worried about braking on the road courses. So the only reason I was even here tonight was to see if I could figure out what I've got to do to make it 40 laps at a road course with this thing right now. So I did 20, you know, nature called, so I can live with that.
Hey, Jeff, can you tell us about the black and white car, as I called it, the interracial car, the black and white 24, dude?
Well, I'm not going anywhere near any of that, man. It's called I don't have a car painted for the ARCA series. Let me go on Trading Paints and pull one down that has the number 24 stamped on it already. That's what that is. I got about as much time into that as I did for thinking about the taking breaks before the race as opposed to in the middle.
Well.
Oh, man.
Jeff, can you join us in the booth for a little commentary, buddy? Or you got to run to the bathroom again for another pit stop? You gotta...
No, all handled, man, all handled. You know, and I almost beat the pace car. Had I beat the pace car, I'd have come back out, but I wasn't going to run around a lap down.
Hey,
yeah, I
Jeff,
can stick around for a little bit.
Talk about a little bit of how this whole ARCA Driver Development Series was created. And look at this great run here by Kevin Smith. And I'm seeing here, because honestly, this is probably my first, actually, this is my first time checking out the Northwest iRacing ARCA Series. And, you know, I love seeing this opportunity for some of the Northwest drivers that normally are in the back in the Cup and the Truck program to get a chance to be in the spotlight, like Kevin Smith, like Ryan Bloom, like Toby Ritters, and they're doing well here tonight.
You know, the idea behind this was, first of all, it seems like every year we get maybe 4 or 5 guys who want to come race with us, and we kind of throw them into the Cup and the Truck series, and you know they're not real familiar. They're new to iRacing. They're not familiar with pacing and some of this stuff. Everybody's yelling at them. They're in the way. They're hitting guys, and I just feel bad for these guys. And there's a couple every year we've got to ask to just go get some experience and come back. And yeah, that's never who we wanted to be. You know, we don't want to be this elite league. We want to be this kind of regional league and have good times with good friends. So we've always felt bad about that. And then as the years have passed, we've got some of the guys who just are dedicated to this league. They work their butts off, but they're not running up front for whatever reason. And for some of them, it seems to me like it's always been just maybe a lack of confidence in their own abilities. They're just afraid to mix it up with the guys that are leading or the points leaders or whatever. So, you know, we thought that the ARCA League maybe was going to be a way that we could fix both those. We could indoctrinate new people to iRacing into the series and kind of coach them up. And at the same time, maybe some of these guys that just need a little bit of confidence could get that here. And I think it's working. I mean, if you look at like Ryan Bloom and Kevin and you know, Stephen Paulison, they're in the playoff series for the Cup and the Truck in addition to the ARCA. And then, you know, Dennis Moore and Kevin competitive for wins. They're competing for wins in both those series every week too. And they weren't there at the beginning of the season. So I think it's been a huge success.
Battle of the Bud cars there on the race monitor, as you see. The 23 of Toby Ritters along with the 46 of Sean Breitzman. That's in the top 5. And Samuel, you know, like we talked about, man, this is a great opportunity to, if you're struggling in the Cup and the Trucks of the Northwest, you can really try to find yourself as a driver, as trying to figure out setup-wise. Yeah, the ARCA cars are different than the Cup and the Truck, but you take the layout, you take your practices, you take the way you run on the track, the way you brake, the way you accelerate, the way you make your moves. Even on a road course especially, it can help you out, Samuel, in trying to compete with these drivers on the Northwest Cup and Truck Series for sure.
Yeah, it's that track, you know, getting the track experience. It doesn't matter what car you're in. As long as you're on the track, it gives you so much more time just to learn the course overall, and you can translate that to others. As Sean Breitzman has just been hounding Toby Ritters and finally going to be ducking it low, trying to make the pass into 5th place. But it looks like he's going to be falling out. But, man, it has certainly been a great race watching these guys. And I don't know if Jeff's still here. Jeff, if you are here, how is the difference between the ARCA cars and the Trucks and the Cups throughout, you know, all the different road courses? Because it seems like it is a handful in all the different series, but how was it racing these cars here tonight?
Well, I think the ARCA car maybe has just a little bit more grip than the Cup car on this road course, at least with the setup we have here versus what we have for the Cup car. So I think the Cup car's got a little less grip than this, and the gearing's, you know, a little different. We're going to run the infield probably more in second gear than first gear, whereas in the ARCA car, we're doing a lot of first gear here. In the Cup car, we'll probably be mostly in second gear with a couple spots in first on the infield. But other than that, they run almost the same. They're really close. Just those two minor differences, and it's not big. It's little differences there.
Well, Samuel, Jeff, as we approach 12 laps to go, what's your thoughts going into the playoffs Monday night?
Hey, it gets real. I mean, I think I've had a little momentum here going recently, so that's what we want to do is build momentum for the playoffs. Last year I felt like we peaked way early in the season, and then we just stunk it up the rest of the year. So kind of felt like we've been building momentum going into the playoffs here. So I'm excited. We've got a tough field. I was sitting there looking at it, and, it's a tough field. There's probably 5 or 6 guys in each one of those series that I don't think would be an upset if they won.
Well, we're here on the final, if you will, closing 10 laps in another lap or so. And a fairly clean race. Obviously, Jeff, you're going to add on more laps for the Cup and Truck Series than for the ARCA cars, but this is kind of a close idea of what the race will be like. Has this ARCA race tonight, even though you ran half the distance, do you feel like has it helped you any, do you feel, going into Monday or for Wednesday night for Cup and Truck?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just didn't have a lot of laps in yet, to be honest with you. So I think anytime you get some seat time and then get in some traffic and be around some other cars, I think that's a tremendous help going into a race like, for the Cup car, where I expect we'll have twice the field probably.
I enjoyed the commentary by the man of Rocket Media and LSRTV president, Jeff Stabnow. By the way, Jeff, speaking of that, what can you say of where all we've gone with everything we've done here in the last almost 3 weeks to a month with making totally a new enhancement way of following the broadcast for iRacing? And, man, it seems like it's getting more and more just like it's the real deal you see on TV.
Well, I think, since I took over, that's kind of been our goal, was to make this a little more like the real thing. But I'm just kind of so proud of our guys and the amount of work that they've put in to do this. We've spent a fair amount of money to upgrade stuff, but really it's been labor. I mean, guys have put in an incredible amount of time on the team behind the scenes, just trying to work on these things, get this stuff dialed in. And quite frankly, I don't even think we're there yet. We may have most of the hardware in place now, but I think we've got a lot of improvement that we're just going to make just as we figure out how to do this, smooth things out. I'm really excited. I think what we've got going on is second to none as far as iRacing Sim, but of course I'm a little biased there.
Well, Samuel, we're approaching 10 laps to go, and right now it's been all Kevin Smith out of Hermiston, Washington since the restart. He is out in front. There you see Dennis Moore in the number 7 machine, the 7 spot for Beaver State Racing. But there's Kevin Smith, and looking for another ARCA Northwest win. I believe, Samuel, it will be his second ARCA win if he pulls it off here tonight at Indianapolis Road Course.
It would be his 3rd win, and really looking for Kevin Smith right now.
Okay,
I mean, what a series it's been for himself, and it's been a couple of weeks since he's found victory lane. Last time was at Texas, but for that of Kevin Smith, I mean, his first win was at Las Vegas in Texas, so he's been winning at the 1.5 mile courses. Now to win it at a road course, at a road course where a lot of drivers weren't sure how tonight was going to go. A lot of them were really chalking this race up and saying, you know what, let's just get the best points we can, and then we'll throw things out later on. But, man, what a race it has been for the 0-0 for that of Kevin Smith.
Jeff, can we go into more elaboration of what made the decision come to want to broadcast the ARCA playoffs on LSRTV as well?
First of all, the slot opened up, right? We wanted to be broadcasting it earlier in the year. But second of all, we'd kind of like to just get these guys a little bit of exposure here. I mean, it's one thing, it's hard to maybe get noticed. Sometimes you run in the middle of the pack, and some of these guys don't run in the middle of the pack in the Cup truck races, like Kevin and Brian here, and some of these guys, they've been running up front, Dennis Moore, but we kind of wanted to get these guys just a little bit of exposure here, bring a little of excitement to the playoffs, and quite frankly, we're hoping to draw some people from the Cup and the Truck Series down here for the playoffs to kind of ramp up the competition level and just, let these guys kind of see where they stack up against maybe some of the better guys, and again further build that confidence. So we thought broadcasting the playoffs was a good way to encourage other people to race this.
Well, we're down to
we
the
took
final
the restrictions
8 laps
off.
of this race. What'd you say, Jeff?
We took the driver restrictions off for the playoffs. We've opened it up to everybody in the series for the playoffs. Anybody can run the ARCA now.
So that's why we're seeing a lot of guys come in here and running this deal for sure. Yeah. It makes sense. Indianapolis road course tonight. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the big 2.5-mile speedway here at the world's greatest race course next week. Road course racing now. 8 laps to go. There's the number 11 of Frank Harris. Nice run, the 11 in position 11. Samuel, he's got a good spot going in the Kodiak car.
Yeah, I mean, right now, just continue running where you're at. This is exactly what the 11 needs to do. Just run consistent. I mean, he's got other drivers that he was battling with that of Troy Daggett, as well as Cooper and Judd Wakefield having a little bit of a slip up. And it's now, for Frank Harris, this might not have been his strongest race. Feeling like maybe the next couple of weeks, that's where you can find a little bit more speed, have a consistent top 10 or even, a top 8 finish for this 11 team to try to get just enough points to point his way into the round of 8. And for Frank Harris, just keep doing what he's doing, which is race the track, not the people around him. And luckily, he's kind of in no man's land where he feels comfortable.
Fade to black. I think we need to put some fuel in the production truck.
Hey, they got fuel. They fueled up under that comp caution. We did not, I guess.
The virtual generators ran out of fuel. Jeff, you moved him too far.
We got to pay those bills, don't we?
I was about to say, did Jeff leave us now? What happened to him? We lost him. He's back, though. He is. He's here. Oh.
I was cranking the generator over.
There you go. Somebody had to refire it. Oh, understanding. Hey, there's your playoff points. And by the way, throughout the entire race playoffs for the Northwest Cup Truck and ARCA Series, we will show you that playoff bracket. Is there you see the round of 12 advancing into the round of 8. And already, Jeff, right out of the gate with 7 laps to go, you've got 4 drivers that are on the outside cutoff looking in right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got one that's about waiting to win in advance here. And, Kevin, watch him at the Cup Series too, man. We were at Cup practice the other night. He had a full second on the rest of the field. He's absolutely put some work in for this race, and it's showing here. And I would suggest that maybe he's a favorite for the Cup Series race too.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that full second, by the way, Jeff, fastest lap was put down by Kevin Smith, almost a full second faster than Ryan Bloom. Well, that was about 5-8 laps ago when that lap time was put down, but still, Smith faster than everyone else. Gap is 5 seconds at this point.
Laps
Kevin.
Down as we go ahead.
Sorry.
Jeff.
I was going to say, Kevin has had the field covered pretty much at all the practices this week, no matter what car he's jumped in. So everybody's got some work to do if they're going to catch Kevin in these other upcoming races.
Jeff, does this place remind you of Quebec Corner, where you struggled crashing?
I love that track.
I'm horrible. I'm sorry. I'm horrible.
I think I won that race. I think I crashed a couple times and still won that race, if I remember right, Wesley. So
you did. I think it was your last win.
Hey! Don't talk like that.
Supposedly, it's my fault that you're having the slump that you're having.
Oh, it's absolutely not your fault. I mean, I'll tell you, if again we go back to Kevin and we look at the incredible amount of work that he's put in to prepare for this race and the road course, and to watch him in the Cup Series, he have to have hours upon hours of practicing already, maybe even double-digit hours, or certainly close to it. You know, and I just, to be honest with you, I've got so many irons in the fire here right now. I'm not putting the time in that it takes to be competitive on this level. So till I find that time, you know, I'm going to be just happy with top fives, I guess.
Maybe if you get that rig put together, things might, you know.
Well, yeah, this was supposed to be a slow on the side project until the other one broke, and then it was, you know, it was panic time. But, yeah, it just comes down to this. The competition is, we got some very good competition in this league, very good drivers. And you're just not going to waltz in here and, you know, jump in a rig and go win a race. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have to put the work in order to do that.
Are you enjoying the fact that, well, I mean, are you enjoying what you've done buying LSRTV, being the commander-in-chief now?
I think right now it's just, we're just focused on getting to the next level. I don't think there's been any time to sit back and enjoy that. I enjoy the process of getting better. I think it's something to focus on. It's a challenge. I like where we're going. So I think right now I'm just kind of focused on where we're going and haven't really given that much thought. I think at some point we'll sit back and maybe enjoy that a little, but right now it's just work.
Four laps to go. You're on board with Robert Campbell. He is in that third spot. By the way, hey, Jeff, stand by. Charles, show him the new side-by-side camera. Look at this. Robert Campbell in car, and watch this on why? Oh, never mind. Okay, we got to fill up the generators. 4 to go. And Samuel. Awesome performance by Kevin Smith, as you just heard Jeff Stabnow reiterate on. I mean, just sheer domination. But he has practice. Practice makes perfect. And that's why the 00 is being as dominant as he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly has been. And I think another factor of him just being fast is being consistent. I mean, there's some drivers out here like Ryan Bloom and others that can put down a quick, just qualifying run where it's just one lap. How fast can you be? But really, right now for Kevin Smith, he's showing he can be consistent and have the fastest lap of the race and still show out to the rest of the field, as it's now 3 laps to go for Kevin Smith. And what a relief this would be for the 00 coming into a wild card race where no one knew what was going to happen and getting a win to lock yourself into the round of 8. You got 3 more races after this where the rest of the field, the pressure is still on for them to run well for 3 more races. Well, if Smith wins here tonight, those next 3 races is going to be a breeze, and he can just focus on that round of 8 and those 4 races that are coming up after that.
I tell you what, Jeff, what an awesome group of competition you got here. But, you know, I said this to Samuel. Are we all going to be burned out of Indianapolis after we run ARCA Cup Truck, Road Course, Big Speedway the next 2 weeks?
We just might. It's hard to say. 3 races a week at the big track here and then come back for the trucks. Although, the big track there, it's so different. I don't even think it feels like it's still the same track. And, man, right. I love some Indianapolis oval racing. It's a blast.
Jeff Stabnow joining us here, driver of the black and white 24 that is out of the race. Now we have another car out of the race. As Tyler King has called it a race as well in the 21. Frank Harris, Samuel, how about that Kodiak color? Remember the Kodiak colors? You remember that, Samuel? Remember that car, the Kodiak car in NASCAR?
Yeah, it was a good-looking scheme back when it was being ran, and I wish someone would pick up Kodiak and continue running it, but we can see it virtually. I'm not going to say that. You're
Come on. Well, I guess it's before his time. Jeff, we're talking before his time, aren't we?
I don't even know how old Samuel is. I don't know what before his time is.
As a 25-year-old that watched NASCAR just a little bit after, I think I really started watching NASCAR when I was like 2003, when I was really watching it. But at that time, I was so young that it was just like, cool cars. I like Jeff Gordon. It's a rainbow car.
So there are three drivers that were very popular driving the Kodiak car. The Kodiak car, of course, at one time was driven by Jeff Bodine. He had a lot of success in the Kodiak car being driven by Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace was in the Kodiak car. And the last 10-year stint of the Kodiak car was driven by Ricky Craven. Number 41, Ricky Craven. And Jeff, I don't know if you remember this now as we come to 2 to go. Ricky Craven was involved in that crazy crash at Talladega. Do you remember that when the Kodiak car got airborne and went into the fence in turn number 1 and 2? And that was the Kodiak cars. So the day my memory goes, I got to retire. Ken Schrader drove a Kodiak car. You're exactly right. Yes. But the most success came from Rusty Wallace. Last lap CRN, 1 to go. Hope you enjoyed coverage of football on the Community Radio Network. Unfortunately, we do not have a contract with the Northwest ARCA Series to broadcast. But, yeah. Kevin Smith coming off of the corner. Jeff, what can you say about Kevin Smith? Tom Ditchell Automotive Group, I know they're a big sponsor of the Northwest Racing Series, moving into the playoffs, but this man out of Hermiston, Washington's just got to be tickled to death as well.
Hey, it is great to see Kevin Smith put a whole race together, right? He's been fast all year. I don't know how many poles he has, but he's by far probably got the most poles, in all the leagues combined. He's been able to put down fast laps, but he's really struggled to put down entire races. And so this is a dominant performance from beginning to end. 40 laps of domination for him tonight. So I'd say that's my takeaway is look out, guys. Kevin Smith's figuring out how to put full races together. We're in trouble.
Jeff, Samuel, my question is this. Do you think that Kevin Smith can carry this momentum on his final lap, moving around Judd Wakefield, the lap car, Ryan Blumen second, Robert Gamble third, but do you think he can carry this momentum going in to the playoffs for the Cup and Truck Series on Monday and Wednesday night coming up?
Oh, absolutely. This is track experience. Getting a win just takes it off. And with this, Kevin Smith booking his ticket to the round of 8 with a win here at the Indianapolis Road Course.
Winner for Kevin Smith. And as my colleague Samuel reiterated on, he will punch his ticket in to the next round of the playoffs and carrying all that momentum, Jeff Stab, now going into Indianapolis for the Cup cars here on the road course Monday night.
Absolutely. I think Kevin's the guy to beat Monday night. You can't ever count Sean out of these road races. And, Lake Smith's last few races, I'm not sure what his status is, but he's been pretty strong on the road courses. So, I think Dan was in practice the other night with Kevin, and Kevin had him covered too. So, good job by Kevin, and look for that 00 to be up front in the Cup race Monday night too, I think.
Fun times. Jeff, thank you for joining us for the final 15 laps, if you will, your final bon voyages and farewells, and we'll see you Monday night. Get that 24-car painting for next week.
We'll definitely get it painted. Thanks a lot, guys. Just can't wait to go back and watch this. The work that you guys are doing here is just phenomenal. So can't thank you guys enough, man.
Well, thank you very much. Well, that's Jeff Stab now. The celebration is on. Coming up, the Northwest High Five Salute. Do they do that in ARCA as well, Samuel? I think they do, right? That's Northwest
I believe
anywhere.
So. Yeah.
So right the celebration will be on.
Line, and then it will begin.
Well, he's won the race, and here he comes, the 00. What is he doing? He's
just
stopping just shy of the start finish line. What are you doing?
It's a narrow course.
Oh, he's going to celebrate. He's going to celebrate. He's going to celebrate. He's going to celebrate. They're going to let him burn it down for a minute, and then all of a sudden they're just going to come and pile drive him out of nowhere.
Oh, here they come.
Here they come. Oh, my goodness. Judd Wakefield. Look at the new damage model Jeff Stab now. That just literally destroyed the whole fender on the car. Look at this. Holy smokes.
Judd Wakefield's car just said, nope, I don't
Oh!
want to do this anymore.
Well, this is new. Jeff, have they updated the damage model on iRacing in that Week 13 update? Oh, well, Samuel, have they updated the damage model in these cars? Holy cow. Look at
the damage model's been on the ARCA cars this whole entire time. They've had to remove, place in, remove. They're trying to, get the settings just right for that of the Cup and the trucks. But for the ARCA, that's the one special thing that we get is with the big wrecks, we get to see massive changes on how these cars are going to explode. And you're seeing Clifford and Dennis Moore
the hell are they doing?
tag team on one another.
Dennis Moore and Toby Ritter's trying. Look at the debris flying through the air. Look at Paulison. Paulison. Oh my. Hey buddy, you can't see. You can't see. There he was.
I just don't want to do this anymore.
Holy cow! I'm loving this new damage model. Well, this damage model on the ARCA cars. Man, if the Cup cars had this, they'd be set. Look at this.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, oh man. Oh, he's not done. He's coming after more people. Toby Ritter's is just what in the world?
Well, it's
Dennis, you didn't win the race. What are you doing?
4 is. He's just trying to make it real smart car like. Whoa!
Oh, Robert Gamble. Oh, he is on top of Paulison's car. Are you kidding me? Look at Toby Ritter's with the assist.
We might be able to get a second car on top of Paulison if we get someone else in between Toby.
Somebody is about to plow into these cars here in a moment.
Well, I think that car might be Ryan Bloom. Watch out for Bloom.
Frank
He's
Harris
probably
with the
one that
assist.
comes in. Here he comes!
Look out! All right, that's enough of that. That's what we call the Northwest high five salute. Send off, if you will. Oh, my goodness. Are they done yet? They're not done yet. Okay. Well, this is our only entertainment of crashes
those are the 4 cars that are on track, so I think that they're just going to have a little destruction derby between themselves.
All right, guys, you're out. Click the buttons. You're done. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at Ritter's trying to jump over the top end of the right front of the Levina Harris's car. Oh, wow. All right, well, let's take a look at the saw blade. If our producer don't choke to death, let's take a look at the sawblade.com finishing results here tonight. Kevin Smith is the winner. Ryan Bloom is in second. Robert Campbell third. Carl Burke is fourth. Sean Brightsman fifth tonight. Dennis Moore, Toby Ritter, Stephen Paulison, James Vining, Ray Fournier, all on the lead lap. The top 10 here at Indianapolis on the road course. Samuel Dyer.
And finishing out the rest of the series here tonight, going to be that of Frank Harrison 11th. 12th going to be that of Troy Daggett. Scott Hutchinson going to get 13th. Aaron Cooper 14th. Judd Wakefield in 15th. And the drivers that could not finish out this race, Tyler King and Jeff Stabnow, which both of those drivers were just trying to get a little bit of track experience, getting themselves practiced and prepared for Monday and Wednesday.
So the celebration is ongoing at the virtual victory lane for Kevin Smith. Tom Denchel Automotive Group. A word from our sponsors, and we will grab a word with the top 3 to wrap it up Friday night in the Northwest iRacing ARCA Series.
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in indoor series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars, and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone, and the Nürburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iRacing.com.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland on the set of the Bull Ring on Speed 51 TV, but I also want to remind everybody that you can keep up with coverage of esports with the Northwest Cup and Truck Series, the American iRacing League, S&B Cup Series, and so much more on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. Of course, remember, you can watch it, and then you can listen to it on CRN, the community radio network, at wearecrn.com. Check us out when you can.
Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest iRacing ARCA Series here, presented by Tom Denchel Automotive Group, LSRTV, 4K Ultra HD. I'm Wesley Outland, Samuel Dyer alongside Jeff Stabnow joining us on the end of the race on commentary. Great work as always by Mr. Charles Wooten in the production chair, and we are done and finished here at the Indianapolis Road Course, the world's greatest road course in America. When it's all said and done, it is the driver of Kevin Smith winning. We will grab a word with our top three. We'll grab a word with Robert Gamble, Ryan Bloom, all coming up. And, of course, Victory Lane with that driver also of Kevin Smith. But first, Robert Gamble, third place, taking the race. Just kind of stayed out of trouble. It was a pretty quiet, comfortable race. No issues, no problems. Everything went good. You'll settle for the number 3 position.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was. Everything went good. I got no incident points in that race, so that was good, and just just rode it out back there in third. So, I mean, those two in front of me were really fast all week. So, off the beginning when Ryan spun, I'm like, we still got that caution. So, and then he threw it down in there after the restart. So I'm like, okay, I'll just settle back here.
Yeah, I mean, Rob, just first and foremost, amazing microphone. It is amazing. Two, with this race, what was kind of the mentality for yourself? What was your ultimate goal for this race and going through the rest of the playoffs, knowing that one of the spots for the round of 8 has already been taken? There's only 3 more races to go.
No, right. It's, just wanted to get a good finish, stay out of trouble, and then, we'll see what next week brings. That's always, that's always the question is how you can go on to the next week and, improve on this performance. So that's what we'll hope to do next week.
All right, well, you're carrying all that momentum again as, Robert, it seems like you are getting better and better. You've won a couple of races this year, but obviously Cup and Truck Series races, I know that's pretty much winning, trying to do good here in these playoff races, obviously, for ARCA. I don't think you made it into the Cup or Truck Series playoffs, so, you're just looking for wins and going for it next year.
Actually, I am in the Truck Series playoffs.
Oh, okay. Didn't make the Cup Series. Okay, you made the Truck Series playoffs.
No, yeah, exactly.
So do you practice and use the Cups to help you out for the big race coming up for the truck races? So do you Cup race looking for a win, playoff race in the playoffs for the trucks coming up on Wednesday?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. And then I'll start tomorrow on the truck. At this course and see how we do, since there's going to be some fast guys in that race too, besides Kevin and Ryan, and we'll have Sean and Jeff, Dan West, so there'll be some competition come Wednesday for sure.
All right, buddy, got anybody want to thank sponsors?
just thank you guys. You guys do a great job. It's really great to have you for the whole playoffs for the ARCA series. So that's really exciting. And just want to say hi to my mom.
Hi, Mom. There you go, Robert Campbell.
I love it.
On a Friday night, he'll finish here in the number 3 position. Ryan Bloom is in the house. He's had a great run here again tonight, 2nd spot. I think this is his second place in Northwest competition. He did really good in the race for the Cup and Truck on dirt at Bristol. But it's been kind of a up and down roller coaster. Ryan, great way to turn things around. Are you carrying your runner-up finish into the momentum of the playoffs for Cup and Truck on Monday and Wednesday here at the Indianapolis Road Course? Ryan Bloom, can you hear us, buddy?
Yep, sorry.
There you go.
Thought you had me. Yeah, so to answer your question, yeah, this definitely, takes some momentum. The extra seat time has been a huge help all year in the Cup and Truck series, and just plan on taking this. I, have a couple points of weakness I need to kind of work on for the Cup and Trucks, and hopefully get that straightened out. But other than that, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I knew Kevin would be fast. He was whipping my butt all week in some of the practices, so I know he'd be tough, but I know he's going to be tough in Cup, and along with a lot of other great drivers, so it should be a pretty good challenge.
I mean, Ryan, coming into this race, you've done well at other road courses. How did you feel like this course compares to all the other ones we've ran so far this season?
I think I like this one a lot. I mean, I think they're all kind of unique in their own way. I mean, obviously, you're going from the infield onto an oval, so it's kind of like similar to what you would have at Charlotte or Daytona. But it was a lot of fun. I definitely put in a lot of time. I thought it was a good opportunity to get a win right out of the gate. But then, as you saw, I blew right through the first corner, so that was a great way to start. But I knew we had a caution, so I didn't panic, and I knew I could hopefully get back up there to the front. But yeah, I mean, the road course has been a lot of fun this year, and kind of sad to see that there's no more left. But at the same time, it's not something I'd want to do every week. But it has been a lot of fun doing these road courses with added some variety to the schedule.
Well, Ryan, I was going to say thank your sponsors as well here, but I was going to add a little segue into that conversation that you just opened the door with. Is obviously doing these ARCA races, it's got to be a good lid lifter also to get you ready for the playoffs coming up for the Cup and Truck next week.
Oh, for sure. This is the first time I've even raced on this track, so just kind of figuring out the lines and some of the braking points, even though they're slightly different in each car, but kind of getting the general line and how to attack the corners is definitely a huge help, I think, and I can take that going forward.
All right, man. Thank your sponsors. Do you have any sponsors, Ryan, you want to thank, buddy?
Sorry. This button's not too sensitive.
Okay.
So, yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming on board and broadcasting the playoffs, and also want to give a shout out to Rob for kind of spearheading the fundraising to get that done, and for everyone who pitched in. And other than that's it. And I just want to congratulate Kevin again. He did a great job, and see you guys next week.
All right, there's Ryan Bloom. He'll finish in that number 2 position. And we go now to victory lane. By the way, we're all cutting up earlier during off the air. Big win now for Kevin Smith. I believe Samuel was telling me this is his 3rd career ARCA Northwest iRacing Series win presented by Tom Ditchell Automotive Group in that 00 at Hermiston, Washington. Congratulations, Kevin. Got to be big momentum going into the big race coming up on Monday and Wednesday to open up the playoffs right here at the Indianapolis Road Course.
Yeah, anytime you can start the playoffs with a win, it just gives you a huge boost, gives you a ton of confidence. What a way to get this thing going for me.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, this is kind of the first notch of many that have to carry on in this playoffs. You still got 3 more races in this round, but how does it feel knowing that pressure is off now of worrying about having to be consistent for these next 3 races to make it into the round of 8?
Yeah, it does change things a little bit. You know how I approach a race. You know, I got to get the tire wear and long run speed out of these cars, so I can kind of focus on that and get tuned up for the second round. So yeah, it's a huge help.
Big win, big momentum going into this race. Do you feel, Kevin? Obviously, you punched your ticket into the round of 8 from the round of 12 opener here tonight at Indy at the road course for the ARCA series. Do you feel we can repeat? Obviously, the cars and the trucks are different, but got to be a momentum booster for you, the confidence spinning. And I know you want to win on the Northwest Cup and Truck Series eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think that win's coming in those series. I feel like, you know, in the ARCA car, I can compete every week and you know, race for wins. I love this series. It's really one of my favorites of the 3. The guys are great. I just love racing these guys. This is a great group of guys in this series, and we have a lot of fun on Friday nights. But yeah, I mean, I think that win is around the corner, and obviously the seat time in this series is invaluable.
All right, buddy. Well, man, thank you so much. Before we do let you go, I want you to thank your sponsors and congratulations. See you Monday.
Yeah, just real quick, my teammates at Thunder Road Racing, I want to thank them. They're a huge support and a huge help. Obviously, to the Tom Denchilada Group, my employer, just really appreciate the support that they give me. And really the guys in this series are just fantastic. And one last footnote, the things you guys are doing with these broadcasts and LSRTV is absolutely fantastic. Love you guys. I love what Rob and the rest of the guys did to spearhead the fundraising to be able to showcase this series. So keep it up. Love it, love it, love it.
Hey, we love Tom Denchel Automotive Group.
Awesome. And I love Rob's mic and hello, Rob's mom.
A big win for Kevin Smith when it is all said and done. Hey, by the way, speaking of Tom Denchel Automotive Group, here's a word from our sponsor, and we will wrap things up, Samuel and I, when we return from the world's greatest race course in America, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course, in a moment.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
All right, welcome back to coverage of the Northwest. I had to fix my background about that. Oh, well, welcome back to coverage of the Northwest ARCA Series. I'm Wesley Outland. Samuel Dyer is alongside. Samuel, there you are, buddy. Hey, we had fun tonight, didn't we? We had fun tonight.
Oh, yeah, it was a fun night for sure.
There you go. That's how we got it.
Road course racing, you never know. You never know what we're going to find with road course racing, and we certainly found ourselves having fun as we're just, you know, it's late night. For me, it's 10 o'clock. For you, Wesley, it's 1. It's late, but it is always a fun time.
1:15 in the morning, by the way.
And yeah. But hey, playoffs have started now officially for the Northwest iRacing Series for both the ARCA. It's now begun. We already know one driver that's locked in, and now it's time to see how the first race for the other 2 series now carry forward.
A good race for Kevin Smith. Again, as you said, in the round of 12 opener here tonight at the Indy Road Course. He punches his ticket into the round of 8. And, you know, we appreciate Jeff Stab now for joining us on commentary in the final 15 or so laps of the race. I thought it made it really, really fun. This race was honestly fairly quiet. We had a couple of spins, single car spins along the way. But honestly, Samuel, it was a quiet night. No problems. Honestly, typical road course racing here at Indy.
Yeah, and a lot of these drivers, it was mostly all about getting that track experience in the ARCA cars. Some of these drivers are in the Cup and in the truck playoffs. So this was vital information for them to grab here tonight so they can get more information. And now tomorrow, or even after today's race, they're already hopping into the Cup car or even into the trucks, trying to get even more practice so they are prepared for Monday or even for Wednesday night.
Was a fun time for sure. We will do it again on Monday night, 11:30 Eastern time on the Community Radio Network as well as on LSRTV. I don't know. Maybe we could try to put something together to broadcast some of these races for the Northwest ARCA Series on CRN as well. Had a great football broadcast tonight. It was a good time. We've got volleyball, soccer, football, iRacing next Monday, all next week. So there you go. Hey, by the way, as we get ready to show you one more look at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, Samuel Dyer and myself always enjoy working with you. But I want to remind you, as you all turn in tonight, as we go to bed on the East Coast, many are already in bed. Samuel, as you get ready to go to bed on the West Coast in the Northwest, a quick reminder, on this night 20 years ago, 246 people went to sleep in preparation for their morning flights. 2,606 people went to sleep in preparation for work in the morning. 343 firefighters went to sleep in preparation for their morning shift. 60 police officers went to sleep in preparation for morning patrol. 8 paramedics went to sleep in preparation for the morning shift of saving lives. None of them saw past 10 a.m. on September 11th, 2001, when sadly Flight 93 went down in Pennsylvania and the World Trade Center attacks took place. Remember, in one single moment, life may never be the same. Tonight, as you go to sleep in preparation for your life tomorrow and the 20th remembrance of 9/11, kiss the ones you love. Call somebody that you might have had a beef with. Snuggle and a little tighter and tell them how much you appreciate them or how sorry you are. Never take 1 second of your life for granted. And again, that is in remembrance of 20 years of 9/11. Thank you so much for joining us for coverage from everybody at Rocket Media and LSRTV, the only iRacing broadcast simulator in 4K Ultra HD. For Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten in the production chair. For Samuel Dyer, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations again. Kevin Smith, winner in the round of 12 opener at the Indy Road Course. He punches his ticket to the round of 8, and we get ready for the Indy Motor Speedway next Friday night. The Indy Road Course is up next for the Northwest Cup and Truck Series presented by Tom Denchel Automotive Group, and that will begin on Monday. Be good to one another. Keep on praying for America, and we thank you for